Hey guys, I'm Zeke, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a paper airplane more aerodynamic, meaning it's going to be flying in the air longer and is going to be stronger than your regular traditional airplane, meaning it doesn't get ripped off as easily. So for this, all you need is an 8.5 by 11 inch paper. Now, how do you usually make a paper airplane? Well, you fold the corners like this, you fold it right in the middle, and you fold the sides. Something like that, right? It's not going to be perfect right now, I'm just giving you guys an example. This is what your traditional plane looks like. Well, let's make it better now. So you're still going to fold the corners, but before that, you're going to fold the paper in half, horizontally. I usually use the back of my nail to make sure that we have a better fold. Folding is really important because you want to make sure that it's symmetrical and it's folded nice and even. When you flip it back open, now you fold the corners. There's a seam right down the middle. Make sure this is being folded exactly to that seam. And I'll explain to you guys in a little bit why this is better than that plane. After this, you're gonna fold this in half. Make sure the pointy part of this plane is about an inch, inch and a half from the bottom of this paper, and it lines up perfectly right down that middle seam that we first folded. You can just eyeball it, doesn't have to be exactly to that point. It's going to look something like this, and make sure you can also kind of fold it in half to make sure you have good symmetry, meaning that both sides are even. Now what you do, you bring this corner and fold it again. Again, make sure they're all following that middle seam. The plane being symmetrical, and symmetry is very important. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now that you have folded this side, open these two parts back up. Take this corner, fold it just like that. So you'll see that there's a seam right here. So when you fold this corner, this should fall right on top of that seam. Don't go past it, don't go under it, right on top of it. Same thing on the other side. Again, this doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but try to get as close to it as possible. Alright, now that you have this going on, then you fold it back over again. Alright, remember you already had this original fold right before you did this. From here, you take the tip, you fold it, and make sure this point right here lines up with this point right here where these two pages come together. This is where it gets a little bit harder because there's a lot of pages, a lot of paper actually happening right here. It might be a little bit off-centered, don't worry too much about it. From here, this is what it looks like. This would be front view, yeah. Now, take this, open this back up, and fold this in half. There's another seam you'll notice right here, horizontally. Take the tip, fold this, and make the tip, if I can get there, make the tip line up with that horizontal seam. It's going to look something like this. Then you open that back up, and you'll notice there's a small pocket right here. Fold this back open, or back over I should say. Line that up right here. Is going to look like this, the front of it. And take that front part, and we're gonna fold it in half. Now it's gonna look something like this. Now we're gonna take this and we're gonna fold it to the side. Like that. Now you'll notice this creates a horizontal line straight along this side. Same on this side. You're gonna take your wings, you're gonna fold it following that line. Again, don't worry too much if it's not perfect. Now, open it back up And this is what your new plane looks like. When you throw this plane might have a tendency to either roll to the right or the left. To fix that, we're going to fold the sides of it straight up. Just a little bit of though, not a whole lot. Try to kind of eyeball the length of this piece and try to make them kind of the same. And this is what your final product should look like. Front view, top view, side view. Now, why is this plane better than this? What do you notice about these two planes? This wing is much bigger. So the number one thing that actually makes an airplane fly in the air is called lift. The more of that lift thing an airplane has, the longer it's going to fly, the higher it's going to fly. And one of the ways to give an airplane more lift is by increasing the wing area, the size of the wing. That's why this plane is going to fly much longer and much farther than this plane. This plane is not as strong as this one. If you take this plane and fly it into a wall and the nose hits the wall of it, you'll notice your plane is not going to rip. It's not going to change its shape a whole lot. But if you do that to this plane, oh man, I promise it's gonna do all kind of crazy things. And also when it's flying through the air, this plane is already going to start changing its shape. Maybe the wing's gonna tip to the left more or to the right more. This plane is going to hold its shape more or less, much better than this plane will. Try throwing this plane and see if it goes straight down first or if it climbs up too high. If it goes straight down first, that means you need more of that lift thing. And the way you can give this that more lift is by folding the back of it a little bit towards the top. And if it's climbing up too high, if it's just going nose up all the way really fast, really quick, instead of a gradual climb, then all you do is you fold these back down. Alright guys, so try it out, see if you guys like it. As I said, try to make it as perfect as possible. It's not going to be that perfect. You don't need to bring out a ruler and measure all these seams and distances. Just eyeball it and go out there and have fun.